You really have to be strategic about who your audience is, and then how are you going to market to them. And
welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
So, what is the biggest challenge, Michael, that you have working with clients, and how you overcome that challenge?
really, the biggest challenge is just making sure I have they have the time for me to help them out. You can hire me, and it's just like, okay, I'm here. I set so many months. I only do like 6 months or more of a contract. I have to have that because, again, I'm not going to learn everything in a couple of weeks, couple of months. Set expectations of what is really going to happen in the first year, the second year, if I'm with them. And it's just you're basically trying to set the stage for what to expect. And those are the challenges: making sure expectations are reality, making sure that they are understanding what is going to happen and how we're going to make it happen. And as the further I get involved in a company, there's things I find. It never fails. Everyone says, "Oh, everything's going great." Well, let's look at this. Let's look at your finances. Look at your processes, and those are the challenges to show them the value of, like, hey, you have these things, and if you want to continue to grow, you're going to have to hire these people. You're going to have to do these processes, automate, do the things that make sense, and sometimes you have to spend the money to make more money. And that's the thing. Sometimes founders are like, but this is what I only want to spend so much. It's like, well, you're never going to get beyond a certain point. So you have to let go a little bit. So they're great with ideas, but sometimes when it comes to the money, they're like, but I don't want to use all that money to do this. Marketing, it's like, you got to do marketing. You can't just be you doing the marketing.
Tell me about it.
You have to spend on marketing. I've seen so many companies that do everything, all the R&D, all the other things. They ran out of money, and then it was time to market, and we have no money for marketing. Well, then you have to go, then you try to go find someone that has money, and then they're looking at you like, have you done this before? I don't think I want to give you money because you basically forgot to do this. That you should have had this in your plan way before you got to me.
Right there, Michael. Right there. This is one of the biggest problems that we have. Again, getting product market fit go to 0 to 1 is that the first time founders, they are very product centric. Yeah. So they love the product. They are in love with the product. They think that because the product is good, people are going to come and buy it out of the sky.
Yeah.
And I always say this in this podcast, this word MVP, minimum viable product, somehow they remove the M.
Yeah.
And it's not minimum anymore. It's a product. It's not minimum viable product to see if we can sell it. No. So what happened is very common is that they remove this M. Okay. So now all the money that's supposed to go for sales and marketing goes in product development.
Yeah.
And then you have an amazing product that is gonna make the world a better place. That is a giant. And now you don't have even funds to even see if the market want to buy. Look how far away they are.
Yeah.
Because the fact that you develop is so shiny, so beautiful, that doesn't mean that the market gonna buy. This is out of the 500 entrepreneurs that we interview in this broadcast, I'm still waiting someone to come and tell me, Harry, you know what? I designed a product like that and I sold it straight away.
Yeah.
No one yet has come with this story. No one. Yeah. They'll tell me, Harry, no, we developed the product, then we take it to the market. They didn't want to buy in this form. Then we need to pivot. Then we need to come back. Then we need to pivot again. In my own business, it was like this into the rooms. The first time that I show a room, and then my first viewing, they say, well, you know what? I'm not going to take it. It need painting. So then I went and paint the room. Then if the next guest come, you know what? It's too cold. It needs some decoration. Oh, then I went to IKEA, buy the thing, put a painting, put a vase. Then the third person, guess what happened? They bought the room. So the product is never how you think. It will, the market will adapt it. And we have hundreds in this broadcast, hundreds and hundreds of of example, somebody was interviewed here. He invented in the 80s, look at this, a machine, a device to measure the time of work for people. Yeah. And he saw that he's going to sell to employees like a mobile phone so everybody can track the time for work and be more efficient. So he thought that he's going to sell it to the employees. The long story short, nobody bought anything. And who really wants the product was the CEOs of the company, and they didn't want the device. They just wanted as a service. They want that he to come with all the devices, mention everything, collect all the data, and give them the report. That's what the market want to buy.
Mhm.
And he thought that he's going to sell a mobile phone to every employee for all Canada. So the point of the story is that 80, in my opinion, I will ask you, let me send back the question to you. If you have hypothetically $100 and you have an startup business, okay, and you need this $100 to develop a product and to do sales and marketing, yeah. So how much money? So like this, the people listening can have an idea how to plan the finance at the broad space. How much out of these $100 you will use in product development, and how much you will use in sales and marketing?
That's a tough one. I would say you always, almost all of it. Yeah, you realize that marketing, because our societies today have been bombarded by so much product, so much information. Our attention span on most things, you're looking at social media apps or anything else, or even watching something, we kind of switch off about after less than 30 seconds. It used to be 3 minutes, and got to 1:30, and then all of a sudden we're just constantly bombarded. So if you don't have the marketing, you're not spending. And the reality is there is a lot. You can go viral. People say, "Oh, my product's going to go viral. I'll just get one person to promote it."
But you
also
need resources. You also need resources to go viral. You don't go viral out of the sky.
No,
you need to hire someone very qualified to do that video for you, right?
Yeah. But if you don't know that person and you don't have a product that's ever proven, no one's going to just promote it for you. So again, you really have to be strategic about who your audience is, and then how are you going to market to them, and then what it's generally when you always think, oh, it's only going to be this much. No, it's going to take a little bit more, because again, you're fighting for the attention of so many millions of people. They're looking at other things, and they will switch you off. If it doesn't connect with them right away, they've moved on and you've lost them.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.